Okay, the first bit of equipment that you're going to have is the stand. Okay, so it's got a handle here, and just find a good spot and put it down. It's easy as that. In the box you'll find this big thing. So this is your main telescope. It's quite light. So what you do, just carefully put it into there. So you'll see there's a couple of little white spots, white little lugs there that just sits on. Obviously this has to be at the top. In the box you'll find two handles. Okay, so one handle has got bearings on it like this, one handle is just plain. The one with bearings, if I've got this on this side here, then the bearing side's got to screw into there. Okay, so that's important, and I'll explain why. So the bearing side goes on the same side as this. Then this goes in there. So the side with the bearings, you can actually tighten or loosen it. So if you want it at a certain star and you want to tighten it up, you can tighten it up here. And if you want to loosen it, then you can loosen it, and it moves much easier. So, and obviously to carry it around, you just get one person that side, they can lift it and take it about. So it's really nice and easy. When you're looking at the stars, you've got this handle here. So you've basically got this handle here, that turns it, and this lifts it up. So while you're looking through here, you've got all of that ready to go. Now, obviously it's got a cover on here, so if you're looking at the moon and it's really bright, then you can just take this one off and you'll be surprised at the amount of light that comes in there. Obviously if you're looking at planets and you need more light, then you'll take that off, and you'll see, I don't know if you can see down in there, it becomes, you've got a big mirror at the bottom. So this is where you have to be very careful but not to bump the telescope too much, because it'll put that out of alignment. So the light comes in, hits the mirror down at the bottom, hits this little mirror, and that reflects into the eyepiece here. The main thing is, I'm doing it during the day, we don't point it anywhere near the sun. Okay. In the bag you'll also find this wrapped up. This is your finder scope. It will go onto here. So you've got a little screw here. You slide that in there. Make sure it's tight, because we don't want it to slip down. Now you'll find this has got two lens covers. So you'll find that there. And basically you look through there and sight whatever you want to sight, and I'll come back to that. So you're going to come across a box with two eyepiece adapters. The smaller one, this one here, is the one that you mainly need to use. It's got a cover, a lens cap cover. Okay, so just take that out for now because you don't need that, but we store it with that. This here has also got a lens cap cover, so you take that off, put it away in the box. That end goes in there, unscrew these, and put that in, tighten that up. So you'll tighten that up there. So this is where we put the lens. You'll find if I turn that, nothing will happen. There's a little knob here for travelling. It's good to tighten that up once you're in action, so just loosen that, and then this will allow this, I don't know if you can see it, come out and in. So there's your main focus. So that's your main focus. We've got that. If you put that too tight, it'll lock it, okay, and this loosens it up. You're going to find a torch. We've made this red at the end, so because you're working in the dark, it's always good to have either cellophane paper or red over the end of a torch, because you want it to be as dark as possible. You've also got two lenses. your 10mm and your 25mm. It's the 25mm one that you want to start with, and if you have a look at the main difference between them, one's small and one's bigger, so it's a 25mm one that you want to start off with. Once again, they've got lens cap covers. Really important to make sure you keep the don't lose the lens cap covers, because you don't want dust getting inside. So if you take that off, put it into here, make sure you tighten it up. So basically we've got everything that we need. We've got the 25mm that lens, we've got this, we've got this. So if I want to, the next part is sighting it up. So what we need this to get in alignment with this. These telescopes are pretty cool. Make sure that I'm not in the sun. So I'm going to take that off now, take the lens caps off. So you would focus on something in the distance, so I'm going to focus on the top of the tree over here. Okay, so I've got that in focus at the top of the tree. So then what I'm going to do is then I look through here, and this should be focused on the top of the tree. Now I can see the top of the tree just there, but it's not in the middle. So now what I do is I adjust this slightly, or what I do is grab hold of here and here and adjust that so that top of the tree becomes in the middle of here. Then I go back to here, and then I will adjust these two here and get that so the tree's at the top. And I didn't have to do much because it's basically in the middle pretty much now. So once you've got that, then basically it's easy to find your stars or your moon. So you'll look through that part there, sight it up. If you've sighted it properly, it should be in the middle of here. Once again, don't point it at the sun. Once you've got it in the middle, then you can take this lens out. It's got a little holding bay down here, so you could put it into there. I would try and put it back into the container, but you've got that there, and then you can swap it over for the smaller lens. We've got two adapters for telescope 1 at the moment. We're getting, so this is to put iPhones, smartphones, whatever on, and this is a moon filter. So with the moon filter, if you're looking at a full moon, what you need to do, and it's quite bright, then you take this off. On the lens, so you're looking through that lens there, you actually put this, it's got a little screw on the bottom of that lens there, and then you just put it into here as normal. Okay, so the moon is often way too bright, so that little moon filter will go on the back, on the bottom there. We've only got this for one of the telescopes, because we figure that one telescope can be set up at the moon, one telescope can be set up somewhere else. So this will be sitting with telescope 1. Okay. What else? I think that's it. Just once again, just be careful with lens caps and not bumping it too much. But it's one last little word of advice: when you're packing up and you take this out, so that's fine, but you'll find that if you can wind this back in, it'll fit into the box much better. And as I said, just tighten up that little nut, so when it's travelling, that will just won't happen, that won't move, and loosen that. So don't put it too tight, but just make sure it's not too loose and that that's wound in, so then you can fit it in. Make sure the lens caps go back on. There's a lens cap for that as well, so don't forget the lens cap on that. So we want this to be all sealed. So that to be sealed up, this to be sealed up before we put it away, because we don't want dust getting in there, we don't want dust getting in there. So happy astronoming, happy looking at the stars.